still exists in the commercial part of the district. And it dates from 1872. I can't tell you who exactly was in this building. I know that Skagg Price, the 100-year-old law firm, was next door until they recently went to Farm Park. But what I like to point out about this building is the use of the cast iron. Point out the First National Iron Bank. One of the reasons why George Washington brought the Continental Army here twice in the winter was because of the discovery of iron, and there was also plentiful natural resources. When the Army would come here over the winter, they would make musket balls, they would make ammunition, they would repair their artillery. And after the Revolution, and this became a major transportation hub, shipping hub, to get iron from those mountains to all the manufacturing that was going on in Paterson. If you know your New Jersey history, that was really the first industrial park, right? George McCullough, born at Bombay, Hindustan, which is India, I guess. And you can, and these are their offspring, and this is Anthony Quinton Keesby, who married two of George McCullough's granddaughters. And on Sunday, you would come to church, but it's not like we do today, throw our jeans on, go for an hour, done. They would get all dressed up in their Sunday finest and plan on spending the entire day at church. And they would come here with their lunch and spread out a picnic and visit with their loved one on these tabletop graves. After Alfred Vail died, his family spent the rest of their time trying to raise awareness of his contributions. But the Historic Preservation Commission will advise you, consult with you, put you in touch with restorers. But we're really lucky to have this dense collection of these kinds of homes. Thomas Nast. And if you think of Santa Claus, Uncle Sam, Columbia, the Republican elephant, the Democratic donkey, those were all political cartoons. Boss Tweed, their place. Originally, there was a gorgeous fence here that came from the Philadelphia Centennial exhibition. There was a summer house from Philadelphia. The staircase, so they put up this stone wall. You know, first it was the carriages and the trolley, and then it was the cars. So they put up the wall to dampen the noise.
This is very nice.
So well kept. Two sisters, they lived here. It's called Good Rest. And as you can see, someone bought it, and they're adding on. Now, in terms of historic preservation, you should distinguish the old from the new. In the way a southern mansion would be built, where in the summer, the top of the ceiling would trap the hot air. So, you know, it's really pretty. George Wetmore ended up, first of all, this land was owned by General John Doty, who was a Revolutionary War general, head of West Point. And I will show you his cottage in a little bit. He had 70 acres, which he sold to Collis and his brother-in-law, Lavelle. They left it to George Wetmore Collis. And when he died in 1935, he was eulogized by Eleanor Roosevelt. Okay, so this is a man of some note. Collis and the Collises. Remember, they were among the only two residents here early on in the 1800s. And the Collises' pigs got into the McCullough's yard and ate all their flowers and vegetables. And the McCullough's chickens got into their yard and ate all the strawberries. They actually went to court in 1840 and down the torpedoes, full speed ahead. Well, we saw the Kedge. There was a house called the Moorings here. It turns out that about 40 retired naval personnel lived in and around the historic district. And this is in honor of Admiral Farragut. If you've ever been inside, they have this beautiful foyer, but the McCulloughs, you know, in the hall there, they would have family dinners that could accommodate 80 people for Thanksgiving.